Hi YouTube, this is Mr. J. This is kind of strange for a trucking channel because I'm actually in my living room right now. I actually leave for orientation tomorrow. Orientation starts on Monday, which is the day after tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty long bus ride, and we're kind of looking forward to that. That's been a long time coming. A few things about me real quick. I grew up on the left coast, so between California and Oregon. Come from a production background, so mostly like plays, concerts, lectures, stuff like that. And my previous employer, I actually piloted a live streaming project, and we used that to kind of extend our reach to the alumni, and that was hugely successful and a lot of fun, like doing just video production and live streaming and whatnot. I have a few interesting assorted hobbies. When I do ham radio, so you might hear me out there on the radio. You're not going to get my call sign quite yet, though. You can use that for some nefarious activities. Don't want to give that quite up, or give that up quite yet. Also competed in BattleBots in 2002. That was a really kind of big life-changing moment for me. I actually felt like I belonged to a group of people for the first time in my life. So that was pretty awesome. Also have a motorcycle. I have a 2007 Suzuki V-Strom 650. It's kind of a dual sportish kind of bike. It's mostly stock. I mostly commuted on it. I still love riding it. It's very centering, very zen, and just kind of when you're on the bike, you can't really think about too much else aside from not getting killed. So it's kind of fun. So a few people have asked me, how did I end up here? How did I end up at truck driving, leaving for orientation? It kind of started out as a joke, and I think trucking is definitely one of those industries that, like, you don't go into it willingly, really, or you don't sit down and decide one day, man, I'm gonna be a trucker. It started out as a joke. There's a line in Top Gun where Goose is leaning up against the wall, and he says, "Oh man, do you remember the number for that truck driving school? I think it's called Truck Masters." It started out like that. I would joke around with a guy at work saying, "How man, you have the number for that truck driving school?" And it was a joke until it wasn't anymore. I have a friend that's a truck driver. He's been driving for about 4 years, and he's doing pretty well for himself. I asked him about the financial side of things because I know that can be kind of tenuous at sometimes, and he's doing pretty good for himself. And it's not that there's like a ton of money in trucking, but it's definitely a job that I could do, and it will pay the mortgage. The biggest thing I can say, if you're looking into this on your own, or if you're kind of starting to look into this, do your research. Just research the hell out of it. And then understand that some of what you're going to read on the internet about whatever company you decide to go with, or, just whoever, like, people have had bad experiences with every company. That's just a fact of life. Sometimes you have to take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes you have to be like, wow, that's kind of an emerging trend. I maybe want to take that into consideration. Just be aware, right? Just do your research and be aware. The biggest thing you can do is find somebody that is with a company that you're interested in and talk to them. Like, just sit down and talk to them. Go to a truck stop and be like, hey, you drive that Warner truck? Do you have a few minutes? Or whatever truck, whatever company, That's my sage advice for this first episode. A couple things to look forward to in this channel, just because this is brand new and I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I could take it one of two directions. One is like very organic and fluid and wishy-washy. The other is very structured and rigid. Kind of trying to take a middle ground. I don't have like episodes plotted out or anything. But definitely, I'm going to have a bunch of videos up just about my experiences, and, I'm brand new into trucking. This is a brand new channel, so as I grow in trucking, the channel will grow as well, which is kind of neat. And you guys being the first to view this, like, you'll maybe grow along with me. It'll be a fun adventure for everyone. Also, probably going to do some reviews. I'm a big gadget head. I'm a big gear head, too. So any like little tool, time-saving device I could find that might help you out or help me out, like might do just a quick video on that. Just be like, hey, yeah, this is worth $20, or it's worth it to me for $20. Another thing to look forward to on the channel, probably a few interviews. There's a lot of really colorful characters out there in truck stops. And if I can get them from being belligerent for 15 minutes, I think I can cut together an interview and, just kind of highlight the more human side of trucking, if you will. And on occasion, you're going to get my opinions. Full disclaimer right now, the opinions will be my own. They will by no means reflect that of my employer, if you figure out who that is. And if you guys are watching, please don't fire me. There you go. Real quick, a couple shout outs, because in the whole research, in my research that I've done, YouTube has been an invaluable resource, and there's a few people specifically on YouTube that really made a pretty huge impact. First, top of the list, Jay Canal. If you guys are interested in trucking at all, or even if you are, have 1,000,000 miles under your belt and you just want to listen to some sage advice or listen to some even-keeled folk, subscribe to Jay Canal. He's doing this really awesome project called Project Blackbird. Right now, he is actually making guitars for children that couldn't otherwise afford them. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would he do that? Why would he do that? There's actually been studies that have been done that correlate higher academic performance with participation in a musical program. Right? I know that's hard to believe, but it kind of, I think for some minds and some kids, it just helps everything kind of gel. So if you get a chance, check out Bonecraft Guitars. I think they've got their own channel. If I get a chance, I'll throw a link down there in the description. American Trucker. He's another cool kid. I haven't seen any videos from him in a little while, so I imagine he's pretty busy. But he was a huge help. Abe, Run Hard, Get Paid. You're pretty crazy, as is Trucker Josh and Diesel, two of my favorite Canadians. Right there. Hope maybe at some point, if I do make it into Canada, that you guys can buy me a cup of coffee at Timmy's. Another up-and-coming YouTuber is Darth Ainge. She also goes by the Mutant Sith. She runs teams with her brother. She's a vegan and always has crazy hair. Always, like, just crazy colors of hair. I don't have that problem, as you can tell, because I couldn't do anything with this mess even if I tried. But she provides a really interesting kind of female perspective on trucking that I think is lost at the moment. And another YouTuber that's not a trucker, but has definitely kind of inspired me to do my own YouTube channel kind of thing. Lori Jennifer, she does moto vlogs, so she actually vlogs from her motorcycle. And she's just a goofball. She's a nut, and she's unabashedly her. Like, she's just unabashedly herself. And I really admire that in her. So that's going to be it for now. If you guys have any questions or comments, throw them in the comments box down below. And hopefully I'll see you on the road here pretty soon. Orientation's going to be about 10 days. So hopefully I'll be on the road around the beginning of October. So we'll see what happens. Have a good night.